Many individuals have always had a strong desire to see the world, and one of the most amazing ways to broaden our views is through traveling to different countries and learning about their histories. When we investigate the past, we can gain knowledge about the various cultures, traditions, and beliefs that have contributed to the world as we know it now. Each period in history has its own fascinating tale to tell, whether it is about the ancient wonders of the globe, medieval life, Renaissance art, colonial America, or the Wild West. In this video, we will travel through time and investigate some of the historical gems that are just waiting to be found. Join us on this adventure. Before we move on to the next video, please make sure you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell symbol to receive the most recent updates. Number 5. Ancient Wonders of the World. Ancient marvels from all across the world never fail to take our breath away and continue to astound us. These remarkable constructions are a testament to the inventiveness and imagination of our predecessors, from the Great Pyramid of Giza to the Colosseum in Rome, and everywhere in between. The experience of traveling to these locations can take us back in time and provide us with a glimpse into the way people worked and lived many thousands of years ago. Petra, which can be seen in what is now the country of Jordan, is often regarded as one of the most astounding archaeological sites. Over the course of the past 2,000 years, the people of Nabatea chiseled this city out of the rock, and it was once a vibrant hub for trade and business. Visitors can stroll through the city's various temples, tombs, and amphitheaters at their leisure now, all while marveling at the extraordinary talent of the builders who were responsible for creating this spectacular location. The Great Wall of China is yet another historical wonder that absolutely cannot be missed. This enormous fortification, which protects China from foreign aggressors and runs for more than 13,000 kilometers, took the Chinese people thousands of years to construct. It is a weird experience for visitors to be able to walk along the wall because they are able to feel the weight of history and appreciate the struggle and sacrifice of generations of workers who created this majestic construction. Number 4. Discovering the Middle Ages. Images of knights, castles, and courtly love tend to dominate our mind when we think of the medieval era, and popular culture has a tendency to romanticize this time period. On the other hand, life throughout the Middle Ages was frequently cruel and arduous for its inhabitants. Wars, starvation, and disease were commonplace, and the vast majority of people lived in abject poverty as a result. In spite of these obstacles, the medieval period is known for producing some of the most remarkable works of art and architecture in the entire history of the world. The Gothic cathedrals of Europe, such as Notre Dame and Chartres, are awe-inspiring marvels that display the skill and dedication of medieval architects. Some of the most famous Gothic cathedrals include Chartres and Notre Dame. These structures served as more than just houses of worship. In addition, they were emblems of authority for both the church and the nobility who owned them. Castle tours are an absolute necessity for anyone who wishes to get a feel for what life was like in the Middle Ages. In feudal societies, castles served as the center of authority and control, and many of these imposing structures are still standing as a tribute to the turbulent history of the Middle Ages. One of the most notable examples is the Tower of London, which throughout the centuries has served several functions, including that of a royal palace, a jail, and an armory. Visitors are welcome to tour the tower's numerous rooms and gain knowledge about the people who once lived and passed away in the structure. Number 3. Discovering works of art from the Renaissance. During the time known as the Renaissance, both the arts and the sciences experienced a period of significant upheaval and invention. It was during this time period that artists, philosophers, and scientists pushed the boundaries of what was possible and produced some of the most beautiful and impactful pieces of art in the history of the world. The ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which was painted by Michelangelo, is widely regarded as one of the finest examples of Renaissance art. This work of art, which can be seen in Vatican City, is characterized by the presence of elaborate frescoes that illustrate passages from the Bible. One of the most talented and creative artists in the history of the world is responsible for this wonderful work of art, which visitors can admire as they look above. Florence, Italy is yet another city that art enthusiasts simply cannot pass up visiting. This city is credited with being the origin of the Renaissance and is the current location of some of the world's most renowned works of art. For instance, the Uffizi Gallery is a veritable treasure chest filled with paintings and sculptures created by illustrious artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, and Michelangelo. For those who are interested in seeing more, it is imperative that they go to the Accademia Gallery, which is home to Michelangelo's David. Number 2. A time capsule of colonial America. The time period known as the colonial era in the United States was one that was marked by significant upheaval and conflict. It was a period during which European settlers arrived on the shores of a new land and began the process of constructing a new society from the ground up. Paying a visit to locations that date back to the colonial era can provide us with a window into the routines of the people who lived during that era and shed light on the difficulties they encountered. Williamsburg, Virginia is often regarded as one of the finest locations in which visitors may get a feel for life in colonial America. This historic town has been brought back to the way it appeared in the 18th century and provides tourists with the opportunity to travel through time. Williamsburg is a time capsule that brings history to life via activities such as reenactments, costumed interpreters, and stores and homes that date back to the colonial era. Fans of early American history should also make the trip to Boston, which is located in Massachusetts. This city was of vital importance throughout the American Revolution, and its many historical sites vividly recount the events that transpired during this defining period of our nation's past. The Freedom Track is an excellent method to learn about the colonial history of the city. It is a walking track that is approximately 2.5 miles long and passes through 16 important locations. Number 1. Recreating the atmosphere of the Wild West. It was a time of anarchy, adventure, and opportunity in the Wild West era. It was a time when cowboys, outlaws, and pioneers wandered the vast stretches of land that made up the American West, carving out a new frontier. We can get a better understanding of the excitement and peril that characterized this time period by traveling to the locations where these events took place. Tombstone, Arizona is one of the most well-known locations associated with the Wild West. The notorious gunfight at the O.K. Corral took place in this town, and it matched lawmen against a gang of outlaws. This town was the location of the gunfight. Visitors have the opportunity to explore the town's historic buildings and museums, and some even stage reenactments of the town's famous gunfights. Deadwood, South Dakota is an additional site that fans of the Wild West just cannot miss. This place used to be a booming boomtown during the gold rush, and it was the scene of many notorious incidents, including the assassination of Wild Bill Hickok. The Adams Museum and the Broken Boot Gold Mine are just two of the many historic places that may be seen in the area today. Discovering the hidden gems of history. Discovering the hidden gems of the past can be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. No matter if we are traveling through the Wild West, colonial America, medieval castles, Renaissance art, or ancient wonders, each age has its own distinct narrative that we may learn from. We can gain knowledge about the various cultures, traditions, and beliefs that have contributed to the world as we know it by taking a trip back in time. These places of historical significance have the power to motivate and test us, as well as educate us about the remarkable accomplishments of our predecessors. What exactly are you looking forward to? Get out there and discover the world. In addition, before you leave, be sure to subscribe to our channel and see more of what we have to offer. We'll catch up with you in the next video.